viewers, welcome to Science TV Prime News with me, Ben Wirangai. In my sign language interpreter, Irene Chebios. Let's focus on our news. Campaigns for the Magarini parliamentary by-election have intensified as political heavyweights hit the ground. Opposition leaders, led by Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka, are expected to continue rallying support for DCP party candidate Stanley Kenga. Meanwhile, ODM and PAA parties have formed a coalition to back ODM candidate Harrison Garama Kombe. The alliance aims to consolidate votes and strengthen Kombe's chances in the tightly contested race. Senate Speaker Amason Kingi has been at the forefront of campaign rallies, urging residents of Magarini to elect Kombe. The campaign trail has seen large gatherings as both sides mobilize supporters ahead of the voting day.
Ninaposimamishwa, kila ninapotolewa bungeni, miradi yangu niliyoanzisha yote husimama.
Kwa hivyo kura ya tarehe 27 ni muhimu zaidi. Ni maamuzi ambayo yatawafanya nyinyi mwaka moja na nusu muweze kupata yale ambayo mmeyakosa miaka miwili.
Hivyo tunasema kura hapa Mambrui ni ya nani? Kura hapa ni ya nani? Na sisi tumeshirikiana. Sisi tulikaa mkutano na rais, na huyu spika anajua, na mambo yote tukakubaliana. Huyu ndugu yetu kasema Michael amepewa nafasi akaheshimu rais. Yule kijana anasema lazima awe mbunge.
Sasa tujiulize, wakazi wa Mambrui, tutafanya vipi tarehe 27 kuhakikisha kwamba zile changamoto ambao wananchi wamezungumza hapa zimepata suluhisho? Na tutafanya vipi ile miradi ambao Garama ameacha itakamilishwa baada ya tarehe 27?
Security officers in Garissa County have detained a man suspected of raping and subsequently killing his niece at Hagadera refugee camp. The suspect, identified as Hussein Bilan, is reported to be the uncle of the 16-year-old girl whose body was discovered under circumstances described as extremely brutal. According to reports, the victim was an orphan and had recently completed her grade 9 examinations. She was awaiting her results with hopes of continuing her education. The incident has sparked outrage and deep sorrow among local residents and children's rights activists who are calling for swift investigations and stern action against the culprits. Community leaders and human rights organizations have urged the government to improve child safety within refugee camps and provide psychological support to the victim's family and other affected learners. Police say investigations are ongoing as the suspect remains in custody. On to our other news. With just 8 days remaining to the Kasipul by-election, youths and community stakeholders have been urged to uphold peace as campaigns gain momentum. Officials have emphasized the need for still to ensure a smooth and deepened electoral process. The Lala Salama campaign, which promotes peaceful voting and civic responsibility, has aired across the constituency. Candidates continue to engage residents through rallies, door-to-door visits, and public meetings, highlighting the importance of issue-based campaigns. Community leaders and local authorities warned against acts of violence and political unfair, urging all parties to respect the rule of law. They called on residents to participate responsibly, ensuring the by-election is controlled in a safe and peaceful environment.
Election for Kasipul is slated for this month, around on 27th. But the majority of people who are dying are youths. That's why we as youths, we are calling all leaders in their different or in their cadres to ensure that we preach peace across Nyanza. Our people to maintain peace amongst themselves. People with divergent opinions must be accepted across board so that each and every person must have opportunity to share his platform. And at the tail end, it is the voters who will make a decision.
We believe that it didn't have to arrive at that point. We believe that all this would have happened peacefully, and that is our belief that whenever there is a political contest, there need to be no loss of life or destruction of property or even...
And that's why I'm also asking our political leaders, anytime you have your supporters, don't use your supporters to turn against other supporters. Let us not have our teams, which are well trained, to counter another team in a forceful manner. Because anytime we have that kind of a counter, it's like we are forming two rival groups.
Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has begun an intensive 9-day door-to-door campaign in Bere North to rally support for opposition-backed candidates Newton Karish ahead of the November 27th by-election. He has built early morning walks through local farms into his grassroots mobilization strategy, saying the personal change allow him to understand residents' concerns directly. Gachagua has written to Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja, claiming that individuals linked to senior government officials have threatened him and his campaign team through a viral video. He urged security agencies to act now, arguing that force against political actors undermines elected freedoms and the depend of the electoral process. The United Democratic Alliance has dismissed the allegations, accusing Gachagua of seeking difference through sensational claims and maintaining that their campaigns in the constituency have been peaceful. The by-election, triggered by the appointment of former MP Godfrey Ruku to cabinet, has drawn heightened political interest as both sides intensify efforts to sway voters.
One arm, Kuma. Atakuwa namba 3. Ati nani? Leonardo atakuwa namba 3. Onene boro emunga muno nigiyokire aya togalia ngoja nande karibu sana asante karibu karibu sana maundu maitu mahia nande huko liko hole liko na kawaida.
Moving on, only 1.4 billion shillings is reportedly borrowed and repaid by Kenyans each month from the Hustler Fund, despite the fund receiving 14 billion shillings from the Treasury. This was revealed by the fund's Chief Executive Officer, Henry Tonui, who said strategies are now in place to ensure that those who borrowed the money meet their repayment responsibility. However, members of Parliament serving on the committee overseeing special funds have raised feel that more than 12 billion shillings may have been stolen. The lawmakers ordered that all loan records be given to the committee to verify whether the money was actually borrowed or misused. The committee has promised a thorough investigation and is expected to make recommendations on appropriate legal and administrative actions. Citizens are keenly awaiting clarity on the management of the fund, which is intended to support development projects and reduce poverty.
I think, and even the press reports say 6 billion shillings has not been repaid. And many of the people who took the loans of Hustler Fund, of those 6 billion, are not known, cannot be followed up. So when you say no money is lost, are you categorical that there is no money lost? Do you have that 6 billion in the account?
So up to now, we don't know whether money is lost, we don't know whether money has been stolen, but we just know we need to audit to know, is the money there, is it safe? So these documents will help us make a ruling whether Hustler Fund is competent or incompetent in its functions. So we rule as a committee that answer all the queries that are questioned here, provide the documents, and in case the person who was there did not leave in order to show what we requested for. We had requested for the first borrowers that have not paid back the money. We want the list of the borrowers with their contacts and identification. Fatuma Mohammed, ID number blah, telephone number blah, all the documents that show that that person has borrowed and the amount borrowed. Whether it's 10 lorries, we want it.
On to our other news. Residents of Nandi County have been urged to obtain official license if they wish to brew and sell traditional beer, locally known as busaa, in a bid to curb illegal alcohol trade during cultural ceremonies. Speaking in Kapsabet during the launch of NACADA's Awareness Week, Nandi Central Deputy Commissioner Alfred Gilo emphasized the need to separate cultural practices from illegal activities. He noted that some individuals have been using cultural events as a cover to produce and sell illicit alcohol in violation of the law. Gilo stressed that acquiring a license is a key step in controlling illegal alcohol sales while ensuring that cultural events are conducted legally, safeguarding public health and safety.
And the residents that they should engage in their cultural rights but refrain from taking alcohol.
All these ceremonies are alcohol is involved. So we are here to talk to our people that we can do these ceremonies without involvement or indulging in alcohol and drug.
Please, when we come to you, or whatever time that we'll be coming there, please give us an ear, listen to us, and let's help our youth and the people that are plagued by this disease in our society.
We're having a short commercial break and we'll be back with sports news.